So, I've been down with COVID. I'm pretty sure if you followed me on social media, you've seen those posts. You've probably seen me, yanking around on Twitter, and that's because, quite frankly, I wasn't really up to doing much else for the first couple days. Thursday at work, the last 2 hours of work, it hit me hard, fast, and out of nowhere. I'd been feeling little under the weather all day, and then suddenly, just boom, it hit me. And it hit me hard. It hit hard, it hit fast, and it hit out of nowhere. It's like being creamed by a linebacker somewhere. You're the poor unfortunate sap that has the ball, and you're just standing there, and suddenly, boom, you're knocked into next week. So, took a test on Friday. Turned out it was positive for COVID, and well, it took a few days to get back to normal, but back to normal I am to a certain extent. Still got a little congestion in the mornings, coughing it up, getting it out, and still overall, energy levels are back to where they need to be. I'm feeling a little better, and well, we're just going to do some tarot and runes, and we're going to get this thing underway, alright? So, we're going to start with us. Who are we, and why? Past influences, present situation, and then we're going to look at an action. What can we do? How can we change things? If we don't like them, we should change them. But that has to start with us, doesn't it? We've talked about that, haven't we? I've been having to say this kind of thing over and over on Twitter a few times. Let me tell you something, people. You can't change the world externally. That's not how any of this works. You gotta change you first. That's how you change things. You change you. No one else. It's a simple fact of life. Also, I'd like to introduce you to Scully over here. An opalite crystal skull that I managed to acquire. And, well, let's just say that, yeah, it's helped. Anyway, let's get right into this bad boy, shall we? I really am anxious to see what our cards hold for this week. So let's see, starting with us. Oh, got a high priestess here. And we're really about doing our own thing right now, aren't we? And we've been doing our own thing, to a certain extent. But my question is, how have we been doing with that? How have we been doing our own thing? Sitting between dark and light, the moon at our feet, and maybe just sitting there, quietly meditating. And if you haven't been, now is a good time to start. Because it's all about getting in touch with that small, still inner voice and letting it guide you. Going with those gut feelings occasionally. Sometimes you have to go with it well before it makes any sense. So, what influences from the past have we looked at? Or what in our past right now is influencing us? This lovely Ace of Wands. In reverse, no less. So an Ace of Wands in reverse, letting us know that not many creative opportunities have come our way. Sometimes we've even had an interesting moment of writer's block. We've had those moments where we're like, hey, I'm all out of ideas. And so you have nothing else to do. And things can be like that. When you've gone with your, how can I put this? When you go with your heart at times and your mind and nothing else seems to work, what do? You kind of rely on yourself. But there's also a bit of clouded joy in here. Because it's coming from a place of ruin. What do you remember about that time? Because the memory of that time is going to be very, very important. It's going to be absolutely crucial to your ongoing development. The thing is, when you've gone through those really desperate, hard times, those really tough and troublesome times, which is what the Ace of Wands represents in this case, we can see kind of why you've chosen to do your own thing at times. Now, in your present situation, you're not really feeling like you gotta do a lot of defending. This is not a giving up. This is more where you've kind of backed off a little bit, and you said, you know what? At this point, I think I've done what I can, and I don't need to be defensive. Now, I know that there's some anxiety that goes along with that, because even though the fight itself will prove your valor, it is the fight itself that you're constantly dreading. But the question is why? Because anyone who shows up here looking for that one little thing, if you're looking for answers, I can tell you I don't have them. I could tell you you're probably in the wrong place, but some people do come here and they have something they're looking for, and sometimes they manage to find it. And if you find it and you're able to roll with it, and you're able to parlay it into something empowering, that is what I'm hoping for. Many of us are looking down the barrel of a big fight coming up. We've been ruined before. We've been through it. And some of us never want to do it again. But let me tell you something. What you're missing from these two things is that there's a lesson to be learned, and that's the cloud, that clouded moment. You can't see the forest for the trees, is what I'm telling you. You can't see the sky for the clouds, but that doesn't mean the sun isn't still there. It's still safe to go out. Understand what I mean? I hope so. We will be clarifying all this in just a moment. So, for your action card, got a Devil in reverse. The Devil in reverse letting you know to free yourself. So, it is time for you to let go, to free yourself of all those things that are not serving you. And right now, freeing yourself from your anxiety is going to be absolutely key. Now, if you need to talk to somebody, talk to somebody. But if you're in dire straits here and you need help, get that help. I don't care if it's talking to a friend. I don't care if it's, beating up a pillow, tearing up a box. If you feel the need to cry, do it. Let it out. Let it go. It doesn't belong to you. So, let's see what the runes are. We're going with the High Priestess first, and we've got Evaz here. The movement forward. Now, you doing your own thing. What does that mean, and how does this work in this situation? If you really want to do your own thing, if you really want to kind of set out on your own and, truly be independent, that is a very scary thing. It can be. And it's going to be absolutely tough. You are going to have to deal with a lot of pain in the ass. But think of the greatness you'll achieve at the end of it. And it will be a never-ending journey. Because once you get a taste of success, you're going to want a little more. And I'm letting you know. So, for the Ace of Wands, we've got the Uruz here. The Uruz rune, symbolizing strength. This is going to take a bit of strength on your part to just let go of the anxiety, let go of the stress, let go of it all, and take that plunge and get started. ladies and gentlemen, dare I say it, make life your bitch. For your Seven of Wands, I think the accompanying rune for this is going to be very telling. Issa. And Issa lining straight up with that High Priestess. It's, again, we're getting the emphasis. I'm surprised that there's no Hermit here, letting you know that you are going to have to engage in a little meditation. You're going to have to deal with some roadblocks. You're going to have to deal with some rejections. You're going to have to deal with some stuff that, guess what, it's going to be in your way. That's how you grow. And we've got Ingvaz for the Devil in reverse. Again, you may need help here. And I'd like to draw just one more card, if you'll indulge me, and see what it is. We've got the Hangman in reverse. And the Hangman in reverse, you're definitely not feeling very peaceful right now, and I can tell. But it does come with Algi's square on it. And at present, what you're looking at is that peace of mind while being independent. It's going to be a myth for a while. That's going to be your unicorn, constantly chasing that peace of mind. And you'll be tempted to go back. But just remember how unhappy you were. I've seen people leave some pretty cushy situations, and I was like, why? You had all the security right there. One moment.
Call from D. Call from D.
My apologies. These guys will not stop calling me. I have actually put both of my phone numbers on the International Do Not Call Registry, and we're still waiting for that to kick in. Don't know how else to deal with it. But anyway, being independent means going without a safety net at times. And right now, you acting independently, exercising a bit of that independence, sometimes you will absolutely need help. It doesn't mean that you have to lean on everyone that's around you. It just means be careful in your selection. Select the right people who want to see you succeed. The people who see your potential. And the people who will absolutely stand up and say, yeah, I got your back. And mean it. That is the only peace of mind you're going to have. It's the only kind of protection you'll have. But you have to work in unison with them. Because when people see that you're taking those steps, they will want to do everything they can to put open paths in front of you. And those that want to shut the door on you, well, let them know that's a very one-way street. So, I hope that you got something out of this besides the constant interruption. By the way, this was the second time I had to shoot this. And, yeah, it's been kind of a crazy day so far. Anyway, for yourself, chase your dreams today. Chase your dreams this week. Even if just a little bit. And watch where it goes. I believe in you, even if no one else does. In any case, I want you to remember, I love you all. Take care of yourselves and each other. Always do what lights you up, and as always, I'll see you in the shorts, and shine on.